Honey?
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
It's kind of early this morning. You know, I've basically had about a week off from work. Well, I've had a little bit off, and then I teleworked. So, I mean, it's not really been a week off, but...
Yeah, I've been teleworking for a few days.
So, is everybody out there COVID positive? No?
No, everybody is not.
Y'all ready to learn about the Bible today?
Oh, so ready.
You know, I feel like our particular thing today is very applicable to what we're going through now. So this seems like a very good time to go over Micah. And if you guys don't know, that's a whole book in the Bible just called Micah.
Yep.
And you should interpret Micah as saying, you're fucked, is pretty much what you should interpret the book of Micah as saying. That's it. It's the entire book.
Well, I mean, he's a prophet.
That says you're fucked.
That's what they all say. He just does it in excruciating detail.
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys ready to learn about what we're going to cover today?
I'm ready to hear what you have to say.
Anyways, Micah's a prophetic motherfucker. Okay, Micah is going to be just a copycat of Isaiah, but discount Isaiah is a bit more specific, and there are a bit more prophecies that he relays to the Judeans. There are 3 bitch fits that discount Isaiah actually has. He tells Judah that they fucked up. All right, that's the bottom line. They fucked up. And all of it is happening. The fucking is happening because Jacob, way back when, along with every other descendant of Jacob and everybody that's in Israel and Judea, have sucked other gods' dicks. And God will just not stand for that kind of whorish nature. God is going to fuck up Samaria, for one. That's what discount Isaiah says. Judah is similar to Israel, but because they both fucked up in the same ways. That's deep throat and that big god dong. Other god dongs, actually. God wants them to all have chrome domes, too. They want them to all to shave their heads. I'm guessing it's some kind of primitive communication system where they can flash lights off of their heads or something. I'm guessing that's what it's for. I don't know why he would want them to all shave their heads. God also doesn't like that they will start coveting other people's shit, because apparently that's going to happen. They're all going to be jealous of each other and kick each other's asses. That's one way that they're going to fuck themselves. God is going to fuck them up and take their shit. I like how I'm trying to actually, I've got these specific things written down about what we're learning today, and it's like, God is going to fuck them up? Oh, yes. Seems to be in line with everything else that we're learning today. He's going to take their shit because they're so goddamn greedy. It's a weird way of teaching them not to be greedy. The Judeans are easily deceived by shit, false prophets and stuff. They're easily deceived by them, and that pisses God off. Who would have known that you get a bunch of people together and you just want them to believe you just because you say shit? Oh, they're going to be gullible with other motherfuckers too? Give me a break, God. God promises a deliverance type of squeal like a pig, boy, of punishment in this particular case. And then a king will walk butt naked down the streets, swinging his giant dong around. The end.
We'll get there. We'll fix it. Don't worry.
Not good enough today.
I mean, it was typical of your summaries.
So I'm keeping up the quality, am I?
There was certainly a lot of dong.
Oh, God loves his dong. What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? So, obviously I got some things wrong. I am 100% sure a king walks butt naked down the street, though.
Are you?
Yes, 95%.
Well, just a second ago, you were 100% sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm fairly sure, like 90%.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like that prediction's going to go down in flames like the economy.
Oh, God, let's not talk about that. Okay, so we are going to start the book of Micah today. There are in total, I think, 7 chapters in the book of Micah. Isn't that right? Yeah, 7 chapters in the book of Micah. Today we're going to do 1 and 2 because that is what's called the first discourse. There are 3 discourses. Or as GE likes to put them, bitch fits.
Yeah, they're bitch fits. That's all these fucking prophets do. They come in and they bitch on behalf of God. I mean, that's all they do. They come in there and they got their fucking Karen like hairstyles going on and everything. It's like, let me talk to your manager. I got some shit to say from somebody more important than you.
Yeah. So Micah is a pretty significant prophet. He prophecies in Judah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his message is similar to that of Isaiah, but Micah's are a little more specific, right? He predicts future events, and we're going to go through some of those. So here, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The word of the Lord that came to Micah of Moresheth during the reigns of Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. The vision he saw concerning Samaria and Jerusalem. So he actually spanned 3 kings of Judah. His prophesizing. Right? All right. First discourse. Hear, O peoples, all of you. Listen, O earth, and all who are in it, that the sovereign Lord may witness against you, the Lord from his holy temple. Look, the Lord is coming from his dwelling place. He comes down and treads the high places of the earth. The mountains melt beneath him, and the valleys split apart like wax before the fire, like water rushing down a slope. All this is because of Jacob's transgression, because the sins of the house of Israel. What is Jacob's transgression? Is it not Samaria? What is Judah's high place? Is it not Jerusalem? So I get this is a little confusing, but Jacob's transgression is commonly understood to be idol worship. And that's the transgression of the Judeans and Israeli people since the beginning of everything. Pretty
much anytime God is pissed off, it's because the Jews or the Israelites are sucking other gods off.
Because they're worshiping other gods. We're in this part now.
Sorry. I forgot. They're worshiping other gods. That is the big no-no, and that is what they get punished for. I would say probably 90% of the time.
Yeah, and even if they're not, like, even if the leaders aren't specifically worshiping other gods, or the people aren't specifically necessarily worshiping other gods, but if they leave the high place, like, if they don't tear it all down and destroy the fuck out of everything, maybe just because they just neglected to do it, not for any necessarily reason, then that's still a huge problem for him.
Yep.
Okay. Therefore, I will make Samaria a heap of rubble, a place for planting vineyards. I will pour her stones into the valley and lay bare her foundations. All her idols will be broken to pieces. All her temple gifts will be burned with fire. I will destroy all her images, since she gathered her gifts from the wages of prostitutes. As the wages of prostitutes, they will again be used. Because of this, I will weep and wail. I will go about barefoot and naked. I will... It's not a king.
God is the King of Kings, honey.
No, this is Micah.
Oh, I thought he was talking on behalf of God.
He was up till, like, to prostitutes they will again be used.
Oh, okay.
Now he's just talking.
So now he's just a crazy guy walking around without any pants on?
Well, currently he's just talking, yeah.
Okay.
So, because of this, I will weep and wail. I will go about barefoot and naked. I will howl like a jackal and moan like an owl. For her wound is incurable. It has come to Judah. It has reached the very gate of my people, even to Jerusalem itself. Tell it not in Gath, weep not all. In Beth Ophrah, roll in the dust. Pass on in nakedness and shame, you who live in Shafir. Those who live in Zanan will not come out. Beth Ezel is in mourning.
I mean, isn't that a bit dramatic? Going around weeping and wailing like a hyena or whatever the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, barefoot and naked and rolling around in dirt. Yeah, that seems a little crazy.
I just want everybody to take a minute to really think about that. Micah rolling around in the dust and the mud, getting his junk all dirty and shit, and then wailing like a fucking hyena.
Why do I have to think about that?
It completes the picture.
Oh, okay. Its protection is taken from you. Those who live in this place is Beth Ezel is in mourning. Its protection is taken from you. Those who live in Moroth writhe in pain, waiting for relief, because disaster has come from the Lord. Even to the gate of Jerusalem, you who live in Lachish, harness the team to the chariot. You were the beginning of sin to the daughter of Zion, for the transgressions of Israel were found in you. So basically what he's saying right now is that Judah, even though generally speaking, Judah has been better than Israel, the sins of Israel have found them and they commit the same ones.
How did the sins find them?
Well, I mean, they just committed the same one. The same stuff. They did the same things wrong.
Yeah, well, the way that it's worded makes it sound like the sins are sentient in some kind of way, and it's like, we found them, let's make them do some bad shit. But, that's just my imagination. I have an overactive imagination, if you guys don't know. So,
as far in regards to sin finding people, I guess it's similar to how people, some evangelical people think that demons, sin is demons making you do shit that you're not, you know what I mean? Like demons convincing you to do things. Like it is sentient to them. Yeah. Not necessarily all sin, but I don't know. Sin is a very bizarre concept to me. I think it's strange. Therefore, you will give parting gifts to Moresheth Gath, the town of Akzib, will prove deceptive to the king of Israel. I will be a conqueror against you who live in Mareshah. He who is the glory of Israel will come to Adullam. Shave your heads in mourning, for the children in whom you delight. Make yourselves as bald as the vulture, for they will go away from you into exile.
I do have to agree. Kids will make you pull your hair out.
It doesn't really explain why they need to be bald. I'm assuming it has something to do with mourning, kind of like tearing their tearing their sackcloths.
So, I mean, it's like, get butt naked, shave all of the hair off your body, and then you'll be able to mourn properly.
I guess.
It seems rather extravagant in order to mourn. I mean, if I need to mourn, I'll just go in the corner and cry.
Why do you have to go in a corner? Just seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, okay. It seems appropriate.
Oh, okay. All right. Woe to those who plan iniquity, to those who plot evil on their beds. At morning's light they carry it out, because it is in their power to do it. They covet fields and seize them, the houses and take them. And they defraud a man of his home, a fellowman of his inheritance. Therefore, the Lord says, okay, I am planning disaster against this people from which you cannot save yourselves. You will no longer walk proudly, for it will be a time of calamity. In that day, men will ridicule you. They will taunt you with this mournful song. We are utterly ruined. My people's possession is divided up. He takes it from me. He assigns our fields to traitors. Therefore, you will have no one in the assembly of the Lord to divide the land by lot. Okay. So this is, I think we're back to Micah talking. Do not prophesy, their prophets say. Do not prophesy about these things. Disgrace will not overtake us. Should it be said, O house of Jacob, is the spirit of the Lord angry? Does he do such things? Yeah,
God's
an asshole.
God'll fuck you up.
Do not my words do good to him whose ways are upright? So basically, my words are good for those who are righteous. Lately, my people have risen up like an enemy. You strip off the rich robe from those who pass by without a care, like men returning from battle. You drive the women of my people from their pleasant homes. You take away my blessing. Oh yeah, this is God talking again. Sorry. You take away my blessing from their children forever. Get up, go away. For this is not your resting place, because it is defiled. It is ruined beyond all remedy. If a liar and deceiver comes and says, I will prophesy for you plenty of wine and beer, he would be just the prophet for this people. I will surely gather all of you, O Jacob. I will surely bring together the remnant of Israel. I will bring them together like sheep in a pen, like a flock in its pasture. Of the place I will throng with people. One who breaks open the way will go up before them. They will break through the gate and go out. Their king will pass through before them, the Lord at their head. So this last part here is talking about how once he destroys pretty much everybody and everything, those who are righteous will be left, and he will gather them together, and they'll be the remnant of Israel. They'll be what's left, and he'll be with those people. So that's all for today. I know it's not very much.
No, that's fine. Because, I mean, we want to take this as piecewise as we can. We don't want to do too much in one day.
Well, we do it based on how the book is separated.
Well, yeah, but there are some times where we combine days.
Yeah.
When it's not, like, a lot.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that this is a good entry into it. I mean, the main takeaway here is that God's going to fuck up the Judeans, because the Judeans have fucked up, just like Israel's fucked up. Apparently, sin migrated from Israel to Judah. Somehow. Maybe it's like a shift in winds or something.
Well, no, I mean, it was always with the people of Judah. They still did these things too, just not to the extent of how Israel did it. And they've had better, more righteous kings.
Right. I do like how the major sin here, or the major problem that God has, is worshiping other gods.
Of course.
It's not all of the other, like, horrible shit that they've done. Because we've covered how horrible of shit that both the Israelites and the Judeans have done.
Sure.
But the only thing that God seems to care about is when you pay attention to other gods out there.
Well, it's not the only thing he cares about, but it's definitely the thing he cares about the most.
Well, I mean, as far as only thing he cares about, it's like the only thing that he really cares about enough to be like, you know what? Y'all fucked up. I'm going to fucking level this place.
Well, I mean, for mass destruction, sure. Yeah, it's definitely the only thing that's causing mass destruction. There have been, at an individual level, things that people have done that have caused God to... I use the word curse lightly, but God to punish. Well, we used to say punish. There have been individual things that people have done that have caused God to punish them, or their family members or whoever else, but on a smaller scale. The wholesale level of destruction that we're talking about here is because they've worshipped other gods. Right. And believed false prophets. Everything to do with worshiping other people, or not giving him his comeuppance and only giving him comeuppance, and everybody else is non-existent.
Right.
Essentially. So next time, Micah is going to rebuke the leaders of Judah. He's going to rebuke false prophets. We're going to talk about how Micah has God's spirit within him. And we're going to talk about the sins of the rulers. He's also going to prophesy the coming Messiah.
Oh, is he?
He is. And he's going to go more into what we finished on today, which was the restoration of that remnant of Israel, whatever is left afterward. We're going to get some more details about the restoration. But he's even going to prophesy the birthplace of the Messiah.
Oh.
And then he's going to start some judgment against Assyria.
Yeah, you know, one of the most common questions, or one of the most common things that people throw at me for, like, well, you know, why did they invent, you know, the complicated birth stories? He had to have been born in some certain place in order for them to want to try to work around. But what a lot of people don't understand is that the Old Testament has different ideas of what the Messiah is supposed to be, and like where he's supposed to be born, what nationality he's even supposed to be considered.
Yeah.
So the convoluted birth narratives work right along with what we're going to be covering next week.
Yep. There's definitely in Micah's prophecies, you're definitely going to get some of the Messiah stuff going on. You'll get some of that also in Isaiah later on, but we just haven't gotten there in Isaiah yet.
Well, because Jesus or the Messiah is characterized as being the branch, which is specific to Nazareth or Nazareans or whatnot. And then you also have the Old Testament telling him that he's supposed to be born in like Bethlehem and stuff. So that's where you get the complicated birth narratives from. But we're going to cover a lot of that next week. Probably not too in depth with the mythicism stuff. Yeah. But I guess we'll see you guys then when we talk about the birth of Jesus.
Yeah, don't forget to stand up and use your voice.
Bye, heathens.
Bye, y'all.